Wrexham snatch a well-deserved point to end a pretty positive week. Welcome back to Where Red Dragons Talk with myself, Luke, and today we have got Ed talking all things Wrexham, including this week's A to Z. Ed, a positive week all in all.
Yeah, 4 points, can't grumble too much. Great win against Bristol City. They're riding high, so that was obviously completely fantastic. And then Blackburn, we probably thought we were going to win going into the game, but to rescue a point in the dying seconds, we'll definitely take that. So 4 points, unbeaten runs extended. Things are still looking very, very good for us.
Definitely. Let's touch on the Bristol City game to start with, which obviously a good couple of days ago now, but great to get 3 points, and I think it was a very, very comfortable win.
It was fantastic performance. Really did. The performance was good, and it's good that we're playing football. We're playing along the deck a lot this season. We've definitely got the quality there. So it was. I mean, ultimately, it was a comfortable win. It was a fantastic performance. Possibly our best of the season so far against the team riding really high. So yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously the Blackburn draw. It's always feels like a win when it's like that, Ed, doesn't it? When you score a last minute like that, it definitely feels like a win.
Yeah, it definitely did. Before the game, I think we would have thought 3 points, especially going into the game in such great form. Blackburn played very well. We weren't really at the races for the first half. First 60 minutes, Blackburn definitely deserves to be one up. A couple of chances to make it 2-0. Last half an hour, though, it was good with turning on that pressure. And you could feel maybe a goal was coming. And then just when you thought, no, it's too late, we're not going to score, it's never going to happen, right at the death, we snatch a draw and we'll take a point. You know, you do want to win your home games, but situations like that, 95th minute, absolutely, we'll take that point.
Yeah, definitely. I think another key moment that happened, I think before the goal, before the equaliser, was the save from Arthur. He's another player. It's very important. He's stepping up game after game. It was a great, great stop, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it absolutely was. He did look a little bit shaky against Bristol City, and then possibly at fault for the Blackburn's first goal. I certainly thought Cleworth was at fault, lost his man. Maybe Arthur could have done a little bit better from the header, but he proves his worth with. There was a couple of really good saves. You know, there was a one-on-one that he saved. And yeah, if we go 2-0 down, maybe that is the game. Maybe it is all over. So he's stepping up, and I know we've got Danny Ward injured, but certainly Arthur must be the clear number one now.
Yeah, definitely. A bloke I want to talk about who's the last couple of games he's come into fruition, and it is Nathan Broadhead. Everybody who knows this, watches this show, knows I'm a big fan of Nathan Broadhead. I think he's stepping up, isn't he, Ed? He seems settled, and he wears that Wrexham badge, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we know he's North Walian. Technically, he's superb as well. It's very hard to read what he's going to do next, because he does do things that you think maybe that's not the easiest option, but he pulls it off. He's so talented. He came in for Windass against Bristol City, played really well, got a goal, so that's it. That's always good, always boosts the confidence. And the equaliser, it was his shot that kind of hit Cleworth a bit on the foot, and it was almost one of those you thought maybe Cleworth's going to get in the way here and deflect it out, but it went in. But yeah, Broadhead's really stepped up. It was quite nice to see as well at the end of the game against Blackburn that we really went for it. And you actually had Windass, you had Broadhead, you had Moore. I think we had Smith up front. We really went attacking, and it paid off, thankfully. It's always risky. We could get hit on the break, but you may as well lose 2-0 as 1-0.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a good mindset to have. I think you mentioned obviously Keith Moore there as well, and having the two Welsh boys, it must be quite a proud for a club that's obviously not had the top elite Welsh players within the club for a good few decades. It must be really nice and quite proud to have two elite Welsh players playing for Wrexham.
Yeah, and especially if you think of the way we've climbed up the leagues, for a lot of fans, including myself, you're getting used to the Championship because we haven't really looked at the Championship. We've looked at the lower leagues, National League, obviously, for a long time, but we know the Welsh boys really, really well. So it's great now to see them represent us. And sometimes you have to pinch yourself a bit when you're watching Wales and you see, Broadhead from Wrexham, and he scored, of course, for Wales the other night. So yeah, it is great to have Welsh players representing us once again, because in the history of the club, it's been quite normal, but it hasn't been for quite a long time in the recent history.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have the elite Welsh back within Wrexham. Right, let's move on to the upcoming game. So the upcoming game is Preston away. It seems a hard place to go, isn't it? Deep down, everyone seems to struggle there. It's a game where it could see as a little bit of a could it end the unbeaten run? What are you thinking, Ed? What's your thoughts on the game, and what is your score predictions?
Well, the pattern the last 8 games has been win, draw, and it's just followed that. So we're due a win again if we can continue. Preston are doing really well this season because I get for quite a long time now, they've kind of just been that stable Championship club. They're not really going to look like they're pushing for promotion, normally fairly safe from relegation. But this season, so far, they're doing really, really well. So although, a win would be lovely, definitely will take a draw. We beat them in the League Cup earlier this season, so that was nice. For me, it's got a special kind of place, this game as well, because my mother's side of the family's from Preston, so a little bit of the family rivalry. It'll be very nice if Wrexham. I've definitely been in the past on the end of a few heavy defeats from Preston, so yeah, it'll be nice if we can
Your turn,
get a result. Yeah.
So what score are you going to go with? You're going to go with the draw?
No, I'm going to go for a sneaky 2-1. Sneaky 2-1 win. We'll have Broadhead 94th minute winner. And I'll have bragging rights for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, if it's going to continue the pattern of the win draw, then yeah, it could definitely happen. I think it's like I said, a hard place to go, but it's a game that you need to look at and go, yeah, it's definitely winnable, and you can definitely get points there, which is remarkable. We'll touch on obviously the journey in terms of the unbeaten run that's currently going ahead later on in the show. But yeah, it's a brilliant run that you're on. Right, we're on to the next letter in the feature, which is the A to Z feature, and the next letter is the letter H. There's obviously a few that you could go through, Ed. Which are you going to go for? What's your association with Wrexham for the letter H?
Well, I kind of debated whether I nearly went for history, because I thought the history of the club's fantastic. Third oldest club, oldest international stadium. But I think Hollywood's definitely been the buzzword for the past. Yeah, it's absolutely got to be for the past few years. And it's definitely what's had the eyes on our club, is what's made us internationally known now. And going forward, there'll be another season of Welcome to Wrexham. There'll be a season 4. So can we keep that Hollywood interest there? This season at the moment, it's going very, very well from fans such as myself. But if we finish up 10th, maybe for one season of the Hollywood documentary, that would be okay. But who knows going forward? But Hollywood's definitely has got us where we are. And I know fans wind us up with Hollywood money's bought you this. It certainly has. The influx of money has made us get to where we are in the Championship now, but we embrace it. And why not?
100%. You've got to own it, because like I said, any team would love to be in that position. I think a lot of it comes from a bit of envy, doesn't it? It doesn't matter how the team's funded, and it's actually brilliant. I said it's from Reynolds and Co. It's brilliant marketing. It's brilliant it's every club, every fan of a club wants to see as much as their club as possible. So the documentaries and the shows and the seasons and everything, that's what fans love to see, and it's brilliant. Everything's going that way anyway, isn't it, in terms of having a little bit more behind the scenes of clubs and stuff, and Wrexham were one of the front runners that obviously did do that. So yeah, I think it's own it, wear it well. I think it's not a bad title at all.
No, not at all. And a lot, it has been going that way. And we've seen a lot of documentaries like the Arsenal documentary. But what they have done so brilliantly is they've twisted it where they've made it about the local people, about the local community and the battle that Wrexham has faced as a town and now a city, allegedly, but not a city now. But it was such a great angle to come from, and it's definitely worked. And now you do see whether other documentaries try and copy it a little bit, that format. But it's definitely engaged people who wouldn't normally watch football.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's important to still look after the community and show that side of the club, because that's what keeps the OG fans, if you want to call them that, it keeps them sort of happy, because they feel like they're getting their coverage as well when they're being still thought after. Right, we are finishing on tweet of the week, which we have obviously sort of chatted about a little bit, but we'll get into it a little bit more because it's an unbelievable run. And the tweet is unbeaten league run comes to 8, and that is just how good is that? And 8, and obviously and continuing, it's brilliant run, especially in the Championship where it's such a hard division. Anybody can beat anybody.
Well, if you'd have said back in, say, September that by the end of November, going into December, you'd be on a run of 8 unbeaten, I don't think we would have believed it at all. So it's an absolutely fantastic run. And we've had a recent run. I think we conceded 1 in the last 4 now, something like that. So we're just hitting so many milestones. Not long ago, where's the first win going to come from at home? It was looking at all of a sudden playing at home, we couldn't buy a win. Now we look really quite formidable at home. And even on Saturday, not playing great, we still rescued the point. So the unbeaten run, I don't think we fear anyone. We've beaten Coventry. There's nothing to fear. Every game's a hard game, of course it is. But this unbeaten run, it may continue because we've proven we can play against absolutely anyone at the moment. And again, it's only 1 defeat in something like 12 now as well. So it's a real good run of form. And, people are whispering playoffs. There is murmurings.
Yeah, why not? Why not? That's the whole point in football, is to have them aspirations and stuff. And like I say, it's one of them. It took a little while for the club to settle in the Championships, new players, all that sort of stuff. But it seems like the players are settling now. There's a way of playing, and whenever I watch Wrexham, I definitely feel like there's a lot of passion there within the players as well. So when you get a new crop of players in and make new signings, you're not always guaranteed that. You're not guaranteed the same passion, and it's brilliant to see, isn't it, Ed, that there's still a lot of passion within the players, the new players taking it on board.
Absolutely. And a key thing there as well is these are players that are used to a higher wage. These are players that are used to, maybe they'll have been coached in first-class facilities. So although it was absolutely unreal what Parkinson did when we were in the National League and then carried on through League 2, League 1, he's now doing it with a higher caliber of players, as you said before, international players we've got now, but still the team seems to be really bonding and gelling very, very nicely. And there's a dilemma every week. We will argue who we think should start, and there's so many, should Windass start or should it be Broadhead? There's a lot of players to keep happy there, who maybe will be used to their own way more because they're a higher caliber of player.
Yeah, but what a good position to be in. It's better to be arguing about who should start from a positive point of view than thinking, oh God, why is he on the team sheet? It's definitely not to be there. Lovely. Thank you very much, Ed. Great conversation as always. And thank you everybody for watching and listening at home. Please like and subscribe. Get involved in the comments below. Your letter H for Wrexham, is it Hollywood? And get involved with talking about what you're going to expect from the upcoming game.